What's up guys, and welcome back to Savage Planet. So today I want to talk about NATO and the countries that are not paying their fair share. Now there are actually a couple of them. Germany is often taken ahead as an example, especially by Trump, but actually there is a majority of NATO countries in Europe that does not pay the 2% of their own GDP or use that as military expenditures. They simply use it for other things. Of course, America has usually been way above 2%. And considering America is a very big economy, that is also quite impressive. And they are sort of I wouldn't say the backbone of NATO, but certainly the biggest contributor. That's by far, that's no secret. So let's take a look at the other NATO countries, especially the European ones, because I mean there's Canada and there's Europe, that's it. So here, the green line on this graph shows where the 2% is, which is of course according to NATO guidelines. Now, Luxembourg is very far away from this. You know, it's a very small country. They have like a few hundred people in their army, so not a big surprise. More disappointing are Belgium and Spain, that are of course in Western Europe. They are both less than 1% still today in 2020. I mean, it's the 2019 numbers, but I guess they're all they still count. So Bulgaria is really impressive. They have increased way past the 2% line. They're at 3.25, almost the same as America. Of course, Bulgaria is a very small and somewhat underdeveloped country, so we can't expect too much there. Something that is also important to note, the UK is above the 2% margin, as is Greece with their falling economy. And of the countries that actually border Russia, which the NATO is sort of a bulwark against, Norway is the only one that does not use 2% of the GDP for defense expenditures. Turkey, which is at like 189, but has really increased since 2014. They are not bordering Russia. They border, I believe, Armenia and Georgia, but not Russia. So Estonia, Latvia, they're both above 2%. Lithuania is also actually above 2%, but they do not border Russia, they border Belarus. But it's definitely a big difference in some of these countries. 2014, of course, that's the light blue, and America has gone a bit down since then, which is surprising. I mean, it's very surprising considering the change. I mean, Trump has been focusing a lot on the economy, but I guess the economy is a bit stronger in the year of 2019 compared to 2014, so maybe simply more money go to the military, but it's less of a percentage of the total. But some countries that have really been impressive include Slovakia. They have grown a lot. They're not there yet, but they've grown a lot. Even Luxembourg has grown, but really Latvia, Lithuania, Bulgaria, and even Romania. Romania has just crossed the 2% line, so that's quite good. Some countries that are much less impressive. Croatia has gone down, Albania has gone down, and to Germany's credit, they've gone up, but far away from where they would need to go in order to reach the 2%. So the next graph show equipment expenditures as share of defense expenditures, and that's not really that interesting. It just shows how much of expenditures on this graph that they use for equipment. There are of course other expenditures like salaries for the soldiers and officers, but that really this is really the name of the game. And as you can see from this graph, there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 countries that actually pay their 2% goal. Poland is actually one of them, which just is having their presidential election right now. So the US, Bulgaria, Greece, the UK, Estonia, Romania, Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. Basically, the US, the UK, and a bunch of Eastern European countries are paying their fair share. So the Western European countries are not. The Western European countries are completely failing in paying their fair share of the GDP for military expenditures. Anyway, I hope this learned you something about where the NATO countries stand on the issues of paying for the alliance. If this video was interesting, please consider liking, subscribing, and supporting this channel. Anyway, that's it from me today. See you soon.